Sports.
Hi, this is Nick from London, and
Eh, This is Rick from São Paulo.
aha, hello, we are the double Dois. I hope I always pronounce Dois. Is that okay? Say Dois. Am I pronouncing it okay? Dois.
Many like different times we're gonna say, but yeah, I mess up with double, you mess up with dois, and we are even.
Double Dois. And if you don't speak Portuguese, it means two Dois. So it means double two, which is very creative because I invented it. Yeah. And we're going to continue talking about crazy sports, weird sports in the UK. This one is gravy wrestling. Gravy wrestling. I contacted the woman who's in charge of gravy wrestling. It takes place today, by the way. Today is the day it takes place. So it was really amazing. Yes, it's happened already this morning. I contacted a woman called Jess, and she sent me some information, and I'm going to read out all the information about gravy racing about this.
Okay,
Um,
but do I gas before?
yeah, she seemed really excited about telling me the information. It's like,
Oh yeah, but do I guess what it is before?
oh yeah, go and guess,
Okay.
guess,
Right.
guess.
So there's gravy and there's wrestling.
Yes.
So I'm what I'm picturing is like a pool with like two or more
Yeah.
people like in it with gravy,
Yeah. Okay.
lots of gravy. A little bit like 90s kind of TV show, this kind of like crazy stuff. The
Yeah.
people from Brazil like definitely have seen like a few things like that in TV, like or like
Do
late
you even know what
90s.
gravy is in Brazil? Do you have gravy?
Oh, we do, but it's not like it's more like we have different kind of like sauce there than like gravy, and stuff like that. But it's definitely not gravy. We use it in a few things, but it's different.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what it's about. It's really good image in my head now, especially it's the 1980s, like a 1980s. Like it reminds me of one of those crazy Japanese programs. You ever watch those Japanese programs? I don't know if you have them in Brazil. Yeah, when they have to
It's
do something. Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, like nowadays it's famous because like a lot of those turn into memes of very random things. I give you a very simple example of like when Cristiano Ronaldo went to one of those and they actually confused thinking that he was Brazilian and like a lot of like samba players and it was like a carnival and the guy's Portuguese and it was like no way. It was like this was like
Okay. I would. I'm going to look for that on the internet because I want to see that. It's funny because I love Cristiano Ronaldo is one of my favorite players. I'm more Messi than Cristiano Ronaldo, and I love it whenever something bad happens to him. I know it sounds horrible. People hate me for that, but
no,
yeah,
but it's the you're more like into the effort, more the athlete than the maybe the natural player, right?
yeah, definitely. He's very he splits opinion, Cristiano Ronaldo. I hope he's watching this so he can kind of like say, "Yeah, I don't like you."
Hey
Yeah,
Cristiano, how's it
watch
going?
it, watch it. um, right. So this is what Jess says. What it's about. The Gravy Wrestling is a wild and wacky wrestling competition in a pool full of Lancashire gravy. Yeah. So
Okay,
um,
I was not
wacky.
wrong.
Wacky is crazy. If no one knows what the word wacky means crazy, like kind of like wacky and crazy. So, so held every August bank holiday at the Rose and Bowl pub in Stacksteads. Uh, the World Gravy Wrestling competition is now entering its 15th year. So it's 15
Okay.
years. Yeah. So it's been going for not as long as Man versus Horse, which is 26 years. This
Uh-huh.
is 15 years. So it's still kind of new. So
Yeah,
you were
go
right about
horses.
a pool of gravy. So
Uh-huh. Yeah, I was right about that part.
you were right about that part. Contestants arrive in fancy dress and wrestle for 2 minutes each round in gravy. So they have a 2 minute round, like like wrestling. So they're in a pool of
Yeah.
gravy. Like what's wrestling? I can never remember what it's called. You a fan of wrestling?
Yeah, but that's like there's wrestling as like Olympic
Yeah.
sport, and
This is
there's
more.
like WWE.
Yeah, this is more that.
Ah, okay,
Not the
yeah,
Olympic
okay,
sport. Well, it could
yeah.
be.
What is it called? Like the type which is when it's WWE. Like what is it called? There's a name for that.
Well, WWE is, and I can't remember the name. It's going in my head.
Yeah, someone is gonna comment down there like a million times, but like, yeah. But anyways, so it's more like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
No one's
get it.
winning a gold medal for this, as far as I'm aware, unless Jess watches this and tells
Okay,
me.
it's more about the drama.
It's about the drama and the gravy. It's all about the gravy.
Okay, yeah, yeah. The gravy is
Yeah.
like
So the
one
most
of the
important
main
thing is
characters.
fancy dress. They're not just dressed as like you are on t-shirts. They're wearing fancy dress costumes. So fancy dress is
But
costumes.
okay, but
Yeah.
like I don't know, characters or like
The
from a
characters,
specific
I
time.
presume it's like maybe like Batman, Superman, or maybe famous
Okay.
historical figures. Yeah. Winston Churchill or
You
Christian
imagine like
Ronaldo.
yeah, exactly. Like I don't know, Cristiano Ronaldo like against Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's really good. That is good.
Uh-huh.
That
Yeah.
works for me.
Well, tell the administrators like if they didn't have that idea yet,
They need to
please.
add it. So what we got? We got pool of gravy. You got 2 minutes, yeah, and they wrestle against each other. And it takes place basically today. It's been going for 15 years. What else does she say here? It says, okay, the wrestlers are judged not on their wrestling ability, but on their entertainment value and comedy effect. So it's just not all about
All
wrestling;
right.
it's their
So,
entertainment ability. So how do you entertain someone in a pool of gravy? Jokes?
Cristiano Ronaldo
No, no.
against Spider-Man. Best idea ever. Come on, guys.
As she goes on, we use no less than 2,000 litres of gravy in the pool. Yeah,
Okay.
2,000 litres, yeah, which is constantly
Yeah.
topped up and tipped over contestants during and after the match. So it's not just like they pour it in the beginning and
Uh-huh.
they wrestle with each other. You have to like there's
Right.
someone coming along and pouring it over people's heads all the time during the 2 minutes. Yeah,
Okay.
so
So
yeah,
it's definitely a mess.
it's definitely a mess. On the day around, get this right. How many people do you think turn up for this? Take a guess.
Look, as crazy and like wacky
Yeah.
it looks like, I guess a lot of people. So I would say maybe like depending on the size of the place, maybe I don't know. In the place, maybe like 500 to 1,000 people. Like,
She says 1,000 to 1,500. So you're pretty right. That's a lot of
okay,
people, you know. That's a
that's a
big
lot
pool.
of people.
I don't know. Is it? This is what I would love to ask you this question as well. Is that do they use the same pool or do they have several different pools?
Yeah, that's was about to ask like if it's like a battle or if it's like fights, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the movie like with Mel Gibson like with a blue face?
Oh, Braveheart.
Braveheart. Yeah, I'm feeling like Braveheart kind of thing. Like,
Braveheart
but
engraved.
instead of the mud, it's like gravy.
Yeah. Well, you got Spider-Man against who?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ronaldo, yeah, and
Yeah,
Braveheart. A big battle between the two of them. That would be.
exactly. That would be like amazing to see.
And the most important thing about this you mentioned is all proceeds, all the money from the day go to East Lancashire's hospice,
Okay.
who for over 35 years has continuously provided a special way of caring for people suffering from life-limiting illnesses throughout Blackburn. Uh,
All right.
Darwin, this is where I get my pronunciation right, Hydeburn, and the Ribble Valley. So they give money, so it's for charity, which is
I see.
well,
Yeah,
well,
they are even good people. The crazy people are good people,
yeah, Chris,
like doing crazy stuff, like that fight. That's amazing.
but wouldn't it be good? How much money would they raise if Cristiano Ronaldo turned up one day, like next year, dressed up?
Shitloads of money.
That's money. Yeah. And if he did football tricks, because they judge it on ability as well, like comic, comical value, if I said it, comedic value, where he can kick
Uh-huh.
the ball up in the ground, do all the tricks, people pouring gravy on Cristiano Ronaldo, and the amount of money he would get, and if he won it, it'd be amazing. So Yeah. So he should really
Excellent.
enter it. So I'm going to start my campaign today for him to enter it. Okay, that's that on that. Any questions you would like to ask me about it? I know nothing because this is all from Jess. She's told me all that, but I don't. There's nothing
Jeez.
else I can really give to you.
Well, but then that's like I think there's so many possibilities, so many like different characters or like celebrities that can like fight. I think like there's a whole trend now of like celebrities like fighting,
Yeah,
right? This
yeah, that's right.
boxing
Yeah,
matches and all
yeah,
that. Guys that know like this comedian Whenderson Nunes that just recently fought
yeah.
against another like an influencer. Uh, I guess that's an amazing idea with gravy.
Gravy. Yeah,
That would be nice. Yeah.
I think it should be televised. They should put it on television, stream it, pay per view, so people pay for it to watch it. That's what I would go with this. And Jess, I'm going to get in touch with her and I'll say, we can make this thing happen. We can generate loads and loads of money if we get, I don't know, Facebook and X guys. You know what I'm talking about? Instead of having a cage fight, have a gravy fight instead, and they can do that and raise loads and loads of money. So, and then bring it to Brazil. Yeah.
Yeah. Over here, maybe. Okay, what would be the version in Brazil?
What would you
Because
cover someone with if you had to? And keep it clean.
yeah,
Keep it clean.
maybe our version would be instead of gravy, it would be feijoada.
I don't know what feijoada is. What is feijoada? Explain, enlighten me. Tell me what feijoada is about.
Okay, yeah. For everyone that doesn't know what feijoada it's black beans, but very like a lot of like fat in it because you put like dry meat, you put sausage, you put a bunch of things. Traditional from the northeast of the country, and it's one of the most famous dishes. We usually eat with rice, feijoada, like there's black beans with a lot of stuff in it, and farofa, which usually foreigners, when see for the first time, they
Yeah,
think, is that sand? No, it's not sand. It's something else. It's actually used when you want like to like kind of if you want something a little bit more moist,
yeah.
use less of this farofa. And if you want less moist, you just put a little bit more farofa. So it's a good way like to kind of control like the moist of your sauce, and things that are like with a lot of sauce in feijoada, definitely because it's beans. So yeah,
Okay. So I'm thinking this is my idea. I think that we could make it international, and then the dishes or the sauces or spices even of different countries. Like every country could have that. And they could have like different competition, regional competitions, like the World Cup basically. And then eventually they meet each other,
perfect.
and then they do the battle there. And then you can choose whether you want to be covered in gravy or something else. The choice is yours.
Yeah.
Okay, that's that. That's the gravy wrestling competition, um, which takes place today, like I said before, and that's it. Okay.
Yeah.